So I'm gonna make a quick video on the line chart for GJ for November to December of 2020. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep it very, very simple. We're just gonna start on a daily. We're gonna look at the overall trend, and then we're going to plot our lines, our horizontal rays, and then from there we're gonna drop down to the 4 hour, adjust the horizontal rays. Again, we're only really focusing on major reversal points. Okay, I really want everyone focusing on major reversal points, major structure. You're gonna find you're gonna have the highest success rate and highest probability off these key levels, and this is just such a simple way of doing it. All right, so let me just skip price to make sure it's lined up. All right, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go up to line chart up here, and click that. You're gonna click your little horizontal ray tool, and you're just gonna focus on most recent and most relevant price action. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to highlight or put our ray at the points where price significantly reversed. So for example, this little point here, not really significant. This little point here, I mean, it's significant because obviously look at these reversals. Or for example, like if we're looking over here, like this just would be kind of insignificant, right? Like for example, this one right here would be kind of insignificant. All right, so we have 3, right, on the daily. So what we're gonna do now is go down to the 4 hour. And we're going to adjust accordingly on the 4 hour. So what we're going to do is we're just going to adjust here. So whenever you have 2 points that are making highs, or for example, you have 2 points that are making lows, you want to take the highest and the lowest point. So for example, here we would take the highest point, and then here you can see we kind of have structure, sort of like, let me just expand this out a little bit. Like you can see we have support, resistance, kind of dip through support, support, support. So what you want to do is you kind of just want to take the bottom of it, and then what you will do is you'll adjust it based on the price action chart itself. Okay, so these, it never really has to be perfect, as long as you can kind of just tell where price is at. That's really all you need. All right, so let's have a look. So we have this point here, that looks good. We also have a point here. Oh, here we go. This looks quite good as well. So you can see how price pushed right in here and had a big reversal off, and you can also see here we kind of tested support, and it came down here, tested as resistance here, support here. And remember, it might not look like it's touching here, but if you go to the price action chart, I'm sure it is. So in my opinion, that's all we really need. Like, you don't need to do this one because this is pretty much this. I guarantee if you go to the price action chart, like you might have wicks into this. Yeah, so that's all we need. Like all this stuff over here and way up here, yes, there's points, but it's irrelevant. Okay, you want to just focus on most relevant price action. To be honest, even this level is probably too far because it looks, like it looks very, very far. Like that's almost 200 pips away, 175 pips. It's very, very far. You don't want to, you don't want to have too many levels on your charts. You just want to sort of focus on the most recent price action, most relevant price action. That way, your charts are clean, and you're not, looking at things you don't need to be looking at that aren't important to you at that time. So what we're going to do is going to go to the price action chart, and we're just going to just adjust it based on the candles, right? So what you want to do is you then take it to the body closures, and you just want to round it. So in this case, we go to 750, which obviously lines up with that 800 quarter price, right? So when we do our zone, we would see that we would have the 800 quarter price here as well. We can see how we can adjust this, because we don't want it cutting through too many bodies, but it's never going to be perfect. Okay, sometimes you will have examples like this. Let's see what price 500 so that looks like. All right, so we see you have support, 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 kind of broke through, faked out as resistance, respective resistance, and to that 500 level. Okay, so we have that. Now this level here, so we'll say 600, for example. We can see we have support, test, 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 all resistance, and then tested as support here. And then down here, let's try 500. Perfect. So we have support, 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 support. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna draw zones on. I'm just gonna show you guys how simple this is, because how you would normally do your zones. Okay, this is how you would normally work up your zones. If you watch the videos, you would then do the average of the wicks, and you would round it. For example, here, and then you would do, say, 850, again, around that 800 quarter price, right? So that's just an example how you would draw your zones. So, right, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna play price for this month period on GJ for November of 2020, and we're just gonna watch how price moves between these levels, okay? Because once this is done, all you have to do is draw your zones on, and then once the zones are on, all you have to do is just monitor price at each level, which in this case, it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. Even this one's a little far away, so you probably really need 3 zones, right? Like a lot of people would have all these zones in here. You don't need them. You just want to catch, for example, here, the big move that tests here to the next big zone. And then when it respects here, where's it going to go? Down to the next big zone, next major zone. When it respects here, where's it going to go? Next major zone. When it respects here, where's it going to go? Next major zone. When it respects here, where's it going to go? Next major zone. It's that simple. Price moves from major zone to major zone. Okay, that's all it's doing. And yes, there's smaller zones in here on the lower time frames, but you don't want to get too caught up in those because then you're missing half the move. Okay, and you're gonna get more, those are more likely to be broken, whereas you can see how well these are respected. So we're just gonna play price. So we're gonna watch how price moves from zone to zone. Okay, so break above, testing, failed to stay below, kind of faked out, tested here. So there's probably a buy in there, it looks like. Pushing up. See how well this is. Boom, look at that. Wow. So breaking above this level now. Looks like we're maybe forming, oh no. So at some point this level has to be retested, right? Let me speed this up. Looks like we're making a new zone here. Okay, we have, whoa, let me go a little slower. So again, just by looking at the line chart, look how like insignificant these reversal points are, but then look how significant this is. So what you would do, just by looking at this, you would say, okay, we printed a new zone. Always say by looking left, you probably could have caught this. I mean, look at this, it probably lines up with something over here, which in this case, if we were trading this live, we could, have spotted this, something like this. Probably lines up with a key level, if anything. 140 maybe. Look at that, 140 to the T. Look at that. You have resistance, support, and then all that little price action there. So anyways, we'll keep playing price. So you can see how price is just moving from level to level. So now we're retesting this structure here, testing again. So remember, all we're missing right now is a zone, which these are just the levels. All right, all you're missing is a rectangle. Once you have the rectangle, you now have your area of price where you can look for the buys. So is price going to respect this level, or is it going to break and move lower? So let's play price, speed up a little bit. Looks like it's faking out. Could be testing this level here. Could be a fake out. Break above, test, and we're off. So we could make a double top up here. We have to be aware that we have zone here. Could come down. We also have, again, this is like where there's other levels of structure. You can look at the line chart and you can say, okay, this is probably not like a super significant level, but it's definitely a zone that you would probably want to mark up, because you can see like it's quite respected. Like we came up, tested. You could probably look for an entry off that if it was to pull back. It might not though. Oh, we are testing it. Okay, so testing. So even if you had somehow missed this buy down here, you could have taken the sell down and we're off. So you can see here, so this is the start of the price action. Break above, test structure, break above, respected structure, looking left at that key price. Also made a double top, so you could have taken a sell. Break above structure here, test. Faked out, came up, tested, says another buy there. All the way up, sell, buy, and you're off. And then looks like we might make a reversal here maybe. And we're off. So it's just that easy, guys. Again, like, all this could have been done literally just by going and plotting 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Okay, 5 lines. Well, you really don't need this one. So 4 lines. That's all. And then all from there, what do? You just draw on your zones and you follow the procedure and the trading checklist as usual, which is just drawing your zones on, waiting for the reversal patterns, break, retest of key price points, and you're good to go. Thanks, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know.